G'day guys, it's Todd Liubinskas.
And my name's Trent Knox, and we're from the 440 Run Club in Sydney, and we're up here this afternoon to talk about what we're doing.
Let's jump on board this vision. It's a great story. Let's get it going.
Welcome to the Body Science Podcast, bringing you everything you need, want and should know about health, fitness, nutrition and training. As always, the information contained in this podcast is for the information purposes only and is not designed to diagnose or be prescriptive to treat, prevent or manage any injury, disease or other health-related condition.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Pre-Ultra, an extreme high-stim pre-workout scientifically formulated for anyone wanting to push it further than they ever have before. A powerful combination of performance-enhancing and nootropic ingredients delivered at industry-leading dosages. Pre-Ultra gives you explosive power, strength, and intense pump alongside the laser-like focus, mental clarity, energy, and drive to annihilate your next workout.
Welcome to Body Science HQ, the world of fit, happy, and healthy. And today we're gonna throw a little thing in there: running. Now, Toddy, you've been a part of the Body Science family for a long time now.
Long time.
Noxie, just met you, mate. Okay to call you Noxie?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can call him Noxie, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Noxie. But you guys have got something special. Like, it came to me out of the blue. There's this 440 Run Club, and I thought, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that? And I've started looking around at what you guys are doing, and you're doing something really special for people. And, you know, we're in the fitness industry. You've taken something free and you've given people a reason, and you've got a great structure to it. And I mean, you both know how to run a training program, obviously. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've done in the past, Todd, and what you're doing for as a job these days? Because
Yeah.
I think you've got a job that most people that are listening would actually like.
Yeah, I've, amongst other things, I've run a facility, gym facility, and also been a personal trainer, but more recently come into the media space for Men's Health. So I'm now the fitness director for Men's Health, and
Readership up or down, mate? Like,
what's that?
where are we at? Readership going up or down?
Oh, mate, it's I would like to say it's up.
Yeah, nice.
I think there's a lot more than just the magazine, though. I mean, all the verticals that covers, which we'll probably talk about later on, but. It's they sort of chose me as being the person as the face of. So I like to think I live and breathe the magazine and every vertical that it stands for. Yeah. But more importantly, I've partnered up with this guy next to me to really deliver something that is really special. And like you said, it's something that people don't understand until they actually go and physically be part of it.
Yep.
So and that's our biggest goal, is to try and get that message out as part of the 440. And
so, Trent, how did you get Todd nailed down to get into it? Like, let's be honest, he's been part of the fitness industry, which is about building muscle, probably eating well, clean. He would have gone through the clean eating revolution. Yep. Would have been all through what. And now you've got him running. Like, how'd that happen?
Yeah. So we met a few years ago. Mm-hmm. He was working for BSC, Body Science. And
we can talk about that word working and what that actually means later, but yeah.
So we met then. We reconnected a couple of years ago through mutual friends.
Yeah.
I'd been making a transition out of corporate. I was a real estate agent for a long time.
And that's pretty high profile too. Like, you've walked away from something big for that, haven't you?
I worked for a good company, McGrath, and learned a lot. And I guess at the end of the day, I wasn't suited for it in the long term. You know, it was something eating away on the inside that I didn't see myself, down the track. So I took a leap of faith. I got some good advice of some friends and followed my heart, and got into the fitness industry. I also wanted to be creative, but I had zero idea what I wanted to do. We linked up. We talked about gyms, different concepts. During that period, I had started doing this running session in Bronte with a couple of mates. And it was designed off an old track session, 10-400s, which is a pretty full-on tough session. And we converted that to a hill. And it was fucking hard.
Yeah.
And
this is more like a boys' beer club at this stage? Like, you're having a bit of fun?
No, this is full-on. We were training.
Take it seriously, okay. Yeah.
And I would still say it made me the fittest I've been on the running circuit. And I'm an unorthodox runner. I just do it for fun. But, I think the year that I started doing it, we'd race to the tops, 440 metres from the bottom to the top, and we'd walk back. I placed 9th that year in the Canberra Half Marathon at 85 kilos.
Okay, wow.
So I started to see a pattern and a trend that you could do other things to train for things other than running long distances. I was doing a lot of ski erg. I was doing the hills. Anyway, so once that finished, the boys dropped off. I kept running it, except I took the intensity out and just started looping the run. I was down there every Saturday on my own at 5 a.m. It was getting a bit boring. So I started inviting people through Instagram. And I put an invite out almost 3 years ago on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Saturday, no one turned up. And I ran it on my own.
So you won?
I won.
Yeah, nice. I feel like a good winning story.
Hey, no one was first or last.
So a couple of years later, like we were drifting in and out with it. It was a bit of fun. We had 2 people, 6 people, maybe 10 people. We reconnected and we started having a bit of fun. More people started turning up. And then I started seeing pattern in where people's blockages were with our fitness and where they were finding it hard to reconnect or start again. And we started having a bit of banter, making it fun, which is how I grew up. Have banter, take the piss out of each other, support your mates, drag the inexperienced and the less confident people along. And I guess 6 to 8 months ago, we sort of struck gold where we found an energy source, we call it, and we started helping people. People started seeing what we were doing was something special. They saw that we were turning up every Saturday without asking for anything in return. So they started backing us. And then it went from 10 to 20 to 35, and we were thinking they were big numbers.
We used to say, like, we'll get 50.
We'll get 50 this week.
Like 50 was our number. Oh, yeah, if we get that, we're doing well.
So then it went to 80, 130, 180, 220. And we just like, shit, we're onto something here. This is great.
That's great.
That was in a matter of a couple of months too.
And these aren't all people that traditionally run. These are people you've got
just
brought in new people to movement.
Yeah,
like.
anyone and everyone. Yeah. And we thought it was so that the comical part of it was something so simple. You could run or walk, be on time, support each other. So we found we had a responsibility to lead from the front, welcome people.
Yeah.
If you can't make it, that's fine. And, we fell in love with it.
You know what I like about it? I like the concept you were talking about earlier. You create a loop. Because traditionally when you run with runners, they're gone. Like if you're not a good runner, you say goodbye to them. They're probably in their car and leaving by the time you get back. You know what I mean? And you guys have created that loop. And that's about bringing people together. Am I right in saying that?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity for us to make people feel special about the smallest improvements. So we get a lot of objections and we deal with those objections. I can't run. Cool. Come walk.
Yep.
I can't do 10 laps. Cool. Do 1. And then, from there it's like, oh shit, we can do what we want. There's now an entry point for them. It's non-threatening. They don't have to sign up to anything. They don't have to be told what to eat, told how to run or how to do anything. You just move at your own pace.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you threw some numbers around 20, 50. What's the big number?
220.
220.
Just maxed out at 220.
Where are we stopping?
Well, that's the good question. Like we don't know where we're stopping yet with each run. I think down there you can get 1,000 people down there running.
Wow.
Like you could easily do that.
Yeah.
I mean, logistically that'd be one of those things we'd have to manage. But if you get 1,000 people running at a run club on a Saturday, how cool is that?
That is good. And these aren't runners either. These are just people running. Oh, that's what I love about it.
Running, walking. They're walking. They're walking their dogs. They're coming down.
Dog friendly.
Yeah, they're down there with prams. There's all sorts.
Weighted vests, you name it. I mean, we look at our responsibility that it's not our right to stop someone from trying.
Yep. I like that.
And it's for me a sticking point that, people are full of fear. And there are people that watch our account that we find out that they've watched our account for 6 to 12 months before they even set foot down there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty inspiring that someone is watching our account and stalking our account and then they come down and tell the story. So we want to promote those stories because right now there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that want to do it and they are terrified.
And let's talk about that story. You guys have got a club opening in LA. You've got one in New York.
Yep.
Were you talking about one in Japan or Asia earlier? Or?
Yeah, Tokyo. So there's
Tokyo.
It's starting to expand. I guess it's one of those things that we take the philosophy that works here, and like Trent was saying, like the guys that are coming down that are there for the walk or there just to be part of something, they're the influencers that we want.
Yep.
Like, you know, we've got
You mean there's a new type of influencer?
Oh, mate, there's,
Wow, there you go.
You know, you're actually one of those guys.
Yeah. Soon to be.
Soon to be. You're doing
About to
your
lose
first
my virginity on the 440.
Yeah.
first
popping
440
cherries.
tomorrow. But honestly, like it's the influencer market. I think we were talking about it earlier over some lunch. Like it's dwindling. But what we really want to do is empower the guy that goes down and gets the coffee and
Absolutely.
has their morning routine and talks about it with everyone. Oh, what did you do? I did this 440 thing on the weekend. Oh, what is it? Then it starts.
Yeah.
Right. Then he brings someone down, and then all of a sudden it's that nice
That's amazing what you guys have created.
organic growth.
So let's be honest, where's it going?
So we've set a target, and you know we sat down and sort of looked at each other in the eye, and you know we want to hit 1 million people worldwide.
Nice.
We didn't come up with a plan how to get there, but we had to draw a line in the sand so we could start working towards that. You know, we think the formula's right. It works. It's simple. People are buying into it.
Yep.
You know, we look at it as a
You're not talking dollar buying in, you mean
they're buying into what we're doing.
their time.
Yeah.
It's their time.
They
right?
believe in what we're doing.
Yep.
You know, and it is for everyone.
Because you're not charging, are you?
No.
No. Okay.
No. You turn up and run.
Yep.
You know, we ask 2 things, you know, turn up on time and be nice.
Yep.
That's it. And we want to see what that looks like when we hit 1 million people.
Yeah.
You know, not only for, like, it'd be cool to say we had 1 million people, but how those communities are operating, you know, how families are operating, you know, the mental health, physical well-being. So it's bigger than that. This whole thing's bigger than us, and that's what we love about it. You know, we love chipping away. We love watching it grow. But we had to set a target at some point. So we picked a nice number of 1 million.
How do we find you guys?
So at the moment, you can find both of us individually. I'm going to give you a plug here, mate. We got our own Instagram set up.
Let's hear it. What's yours?
Mine's at Toddy Binskas.
TODDYBINSKAS.
Correct.
And Trent, yours is.
Trent Knox Training. It's Knox with a K.
And are you ready? There's a whole lot of fucking dashes in this. It's like, these people that set these accounts up crazy. Don't you know I got fat fingers and I'm 50? Like, seriously, I got to type that in somewhere.
You can talk to Siri, mate. Siri works.
Can you see? I'm 50 though, remember that. At Trent _KNOX _ training.
Yep. And
But the big one you guys have put together is, where are we?
The 440. So the Instagram is the _440.
Another underscore, we like those. That's
Yep.
good. So if people want to find you, they can find somewhere local, or they can talk to you about starting up a run club in a local area.
Correct.
Yeah, nice. And people don't have to. There's no charge of that. It's just it's a community. It's a tribe. Yep.
Yeah, and I guess that it's a process that we want to go through. That people want to be part of it. If they want to run one, it's going to help you if you're a PT or if you're in the fitness industry. But if you're a cafe owner,
Yep.
if you run the local IGA or if you run the fruit shop or whatever it may be, somewhere where you're going to interact with people, you probably want to run one of these things because it's every Saturday it's an event.
Yep.
So it's an event that takes place for a half hour, 40 minutes. You go and run, you hang out with a mate, then you go for a swim if there's somewhere nearby, probably not New York because New York's probably a bit cold. But you can go back to a cafe or go back to somewhere and it's that age-old form of like, you know, talking to someone and creating that community.
Yeah. Although you guys can't see the love in the boys' eyes here when they talk about this, so let's just put it right out. What would make you... Well, let's be honest. You've got gyms. You've got a whole lot of things going in your life. And I'm talking to Toddy at the moment.
Yep.
You've pretty much walked away to have a real crack at 440 Run Club. Like, how do I get this look out of your eyes that people can't see unless they're on YouTube? And tell us, like, I mean, we're all in the fitness industry. Most people listening to this are probably a trainer or someone who trains.
Yep.
Tell us what this vision is like.
Mate, it's and for me, I've thought about it a lot. Like I've got a lot of different business partners in a couple of different businesses, and really, it's something that adds to all of that. So it actually gives each other credibility. So if someone comes down and runs, I can actually point them back to do a strength program back to one of my facilities.
Okay. Yep.
If someone comes down with their kid, I can push them back into my athlete factory program that I'm working with the other boys on. So it just gels in with everything, and I think that's with where I see it, that fits in with everyone's lives too, because everyone can come out and walk and run, shuffle, walk their dog, push their kids in a stroller, or bring their kid down to create some healthy habits as well. So that's where I see it going, and that's why, I guess for me, it's that's the passion that you sort of want to instill in someone else to say, hey, you can come down and do it. It's free. Just get up and make the change and turn up and just be nice to each other. Exactly what I guess Trent's vision is behind it as well.
And are you leading the vision there, Trent? Is it,
Look, I guess I love it, first of all. And I'm now the typical cliche of, I get up and do something that I love every day. And it's an amazing feeling. So I would never have thought I would have been that person. We do share the same vision. We're on the same page. And the community we're growing allows us to help so many people.
Yeah, that's good.
In so many different ways. And it's against the grain of what we're seeing out there in the fitness industry. There's a lot of gyms and they're great. We train at a lot of them. This for me is different. We can do something simple. I love running. I love seeing people move. I'm seeing people help themselves. Like, we're not running for them. And that's a big thing for me, is that we have opened a door for them, but they've still got to do the work. They've still got to tie up their shoes. They've still got to turn up, and they've got to still run up the hill, not us. So it gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them a sense of achievement, which for us is so fulfilling. To see the relationships developing every week is amazing. We've gone from seeing 50 people stand back and look at each other to now, there's high fives, there's hugs, there's social events, and, everyone knows everyone. Everyone, loves talking about everyone's stories. It is probably one of the most loving things I've ever seen. So it's become really infectious. So, we can both say with our hands on our heart, we love it. It's growing to something beautiful, and we're having fun.
Yeah,
there's no cap on what we're doing. We want to take it around the world. We get to travel with it, and we're just running around in circles. It's pretty cool.
We've run around in circles before.
Been doing that all my life.
It just wasn't fun.
Now it's with a purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's exciting. Like, you left a big real estate job, and I've been told on the side how big it actually was.
Yeah, it was good. Like, I worked with some amazing people. I was mentored by amazing people. I learned. I got a marketing sort of degree out of it, working for a beautiful brand like McGrath and brand protection. So we understand that, and that's, we're going through early phases of protecting our brand. And I guess when we talk to new operators, we're not hard on them. We just tell them what works.
Yep.
And we've road tested this.
Yep.
And we have jokes about, we call it run, dip, sip, and it works. You run, you dip, and you sip a coffee, and it's cool. Nice. It's a 60 to 90 minute window on a Saturday that, we get debates going, oh, no, I'm busy. I'm like, no one's doing anything at 5 o'clock.
Can you move the time?
Yeah, it's like, don't bullshit me. You're not busy.
It's cold, mate.
It's 5 o'clock. It's dark.
Yeah, but that's like, even to that, like, it's cold, wet and rainy, but we're still turning up.
Yeah,
and people want to see that. So if they see us like turning up drenched, and then they go, oh, they were there. They weren't kidding that they weren't going to show up. But you still get at like, what, quarter to 5.
Yeah.
Hey, is it still on?
Still on. So we now have to put up an extra story saying, hey, this is on. We run in the rain, and because people will still question it. Yeah. So we put and the most important part is we, without fail, stick our photo up every week.
Yep.
And that it's not to make people feel bad. It's to say, hey, we're open 52 weeks a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
And have you changed many lives? Have you got any little stories we all need to know about?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably talk about Jim. Jim was
not
one of
Jim as the gym, as in
not the Jim.
Big Jim.
Jimmy Kappas. I can use his full name because he's gonna watch this. But he was one of the ones that was watching us for a long time. Member of my gym. And had a job where he was traveling a lot, had to entertain people, and just get stuck in your day-to-day stuff, and then you find like the excuses of why not to go, and what do I need to do next? And he was like, I've been following you guys for like 10 to 12 months. I've been harping him every time I'd see him, and he'd like, yeah, I'm coming, and then he sort of wouldn't show, and then feel bad, and he's over 100 kilos in weight, but he came down. The first day he came down, he wrote us a beautiful message at the end of it and said, you know, I've been following you guys and I've been seeing what you're doing, and I was running up and I had tears in my eyes because you were coming past and everyone was tapping me like, hey, good job. You're going up the hill. You're doing really well. And he didn't expect that.
Yep.
Because it was like, shit, I'm going to come down to all these fit people, which, by the way, not everyone's fit that comes down. But that's the perception we've actually got to push out there as well, that it's for everyone. And he thought, yeah, I can't show up. I've got to be fit before I show up, which is probably a common thing for everyone before they go to a gym, right?
It's like people clean before the cleaner comes.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But that's we hear that a lot just in everyday gym life. But to come down and actually do a walk and a run, mate, to his credit, I think he did about 4 or 5 laps and he walked half of them, but mate, he was getting a bum tap and he was there, and he came out, he goes, and he had a swim, and then it was 6:30 and he already did his workout, went back and told everyone about it, and he was just like the endorphin kick and everything that he felt, it was unreal. So and that has now expanded to, he's got a little tribe of people, like he's the main guy that people look to go there now.
Nice.
And mate, if he's listening, like he's a big reason as to why we're here today, because of guys like that.
Yep. Great story. Eh? When people support other people, there's nothing better in life.
Exactly.
You know, it's such a giving thing you guys are doing.
A lot of these people too, like Big Jim, like they're not locals. So they're driving, 15, 30, 45, 60 minutes to get to us. We've got one lady that drives from Yamina every Saturday.
It's a 90
minutes. She leaves
drive.
at 3 a.m.
Wow.
And to us, that's just like amazing, and it sends a strong message to our community. Go, well, what's my excuse? If someone can drive 90 minutes to help themselves feel better, that inspires the whole tribe. And that's something that we never accounted for. We weren't prepared for this, so it's every week we get a new surprise. We're coming up on people's radars. People are seeing, we're in it, so it's hard to really get a feel for what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we can only run off the feeling and the energy from our members.
But it's cool too. Like I've picked up a couple of PT clients, and the first couple of weeks, she's like, "Oh, what else do you do?" And she goes, "Oh, every weekend I get on my feed, and it's always these people at this 440 thing. What is that?" And I go, "Oh, let me just tell you about that." But it's stuff like that. You love hearing that stuff, because if I didn't tell her anything, she probably maybe would have said it. But the fact that people are talking about it and it's outside of our control, like not in our immediate circles, we go, "That's cool." Like that's what we want. So
if I rock up to a 440, what am I going to see? What am I going to expect? What's going to happen?
Look, it's a good question, because that is the anxiety that most of our people go through before they get there. They're quite nervous.
Well, first, talk about your alarm. What time do you have to get up?
Well,
I love your alarm theory. Everyone needs to take this one on.
Let's take it back to what do you do? Let's start it.
The alarm system, I've worked out where my blockages have been over the years in training, and my friends. This is going back over 20 years.
Yep.
And it's quite comical. And the extent people go to get to training, like sleeping in their active wear. Right? It's hilarious.
Active jammies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they just roll straight out of bed.
Nice.
The alarm, don't set one alarm, set 5. So we started having this banter over social media. And now every week, without fail, I get stories from our members with a screenshot of 5 or 6 alarms. There'll be a picture of someone standing in their active wear. And they're buying into our jokes, and they feel part of our banter. And I grew up on banter in training, and it works. So for you to turn up, you're turning up to a really good bunch of people. We don't have anyone there that doesn't want to be there. That's the best part. There's no one whinging and complaining, and I don't want to fucking be there. Who dragged me here? It's people are there for their own reason. If our mentality is, if you don't want to be there, cool, that's fine. Today's not your day.
Yep.
If you are going to come, drop your shit at the door, smile, be happy, and just enjoy that hour. So, the other thing too is like people there to support you. They want to see you do better. So we lead from the front. We slap people on the backside. We tap them on the back to make them feel appreciated. And it's easy for us. It's second nature, which is the best part. That's now flowing through to our members.
Yep.
So they're just following our lead. and it's great. It works. So this has been trial and error for us. So, you know, I guess the thing for you is you turn up, you don't have to have any expectation. We don't have any expectation. You run, you walk, you crawl, you can moonwalk, and you just go till you've had enough.
Yeah, okay.
And you won't be judged.
That's a big thing, isn't it?
And then it's the post run too. Like it's you get together, you go and have a coffee, or if we usually jump in the water because it was at Bronte, it's right on the beach. But you know, in every other location, there's always good to have a water facility or something next to you, so you can actually go in and rinse off and then go and have a coffee.
Yeah,
and that's a pretty good feeling. Like you've just done a run, you've just had a swim, you're having a coffee, and just having a chat with everyone about. You know, it could be your work, or it could be what you just went through, or it could be, shit, that was my first time. I didn't think it was going to be like that, or whatever it may be.
yeah.
Then that's how it all starts.
So if somebody wants to start a 440 run club, how do they do it?
So we find our best ambassadors are ones that have a friend who's already running with us, or they've heard about us. We find the ones that contact us directly are already sold on it.
So it's not normally a runner or a run coach or someone. It's just someone who wants to build a community of like-minded people to have fun.
Yep.
We've got some people that want to get one started but probably aren't going to be the long-term operator. Mm-hmm. So we recommend things like someone if they've got a local gym, a local PT. Especially if you've got a young guy that's just started and he wants to build some community awareness and get his brand out there, it's great. You run a free run club every Saturday.
Yep.
You bring good people together. And then after a while, that business of theirs will benefit. But we do get initiatives from, you know, cafe operators and a mixed bag. And we've got a screening process just to say, hey, look, here is a commitment. We do run these every week. You need to work out a time that you can manage. You will get objections from your members. So you need to. It teaches you how to be patient. It teaches you how to be unconditional. Like the learning and teachings we've got out of this it's probably by far one of the best educations I've had.
Speaking of education, I've heard on the grapevine that you guys are doing some good work at schools as well.
Yeah.
How does a run club that happens on a Saturday morning with a coffee at the end of it become a school program?
Well, promoting mindfulness and health and wellness through moving. So whether that's the same, we take the same philosophies we take on the 440 and bring them back into just a younger demographic. Okay. So whether they run, walk, skip, jump, whatever they want. And then looking at doing a weekly 440 within the school, within class times, not class times, but maybe lunch times, or before and after school. That also talks to the athlete factory side of the business as well, but they would be working hand in hand with each other.
Okay. So you got kids lined up doing 440s. Nice.
We had one yesterday. We were invited to good story. One of our members who has seen amazing value, and he's grown so much through our 440. Yeah. Changed his life amongst other things. Lost weight. He's doing triathlons. We thought he was just a photographer. Turns out he's a school teacher as well.
A photographer? Yeah, photographers out there? So, there goes your next photo shoot. Blink. Got it.
So Bo invited us up to his after-school care that he runs.
Yep.
And we had these beautiful 3 to 5 year olds, and we caught the mini 440, and it's just educating them about movement, the benefits of movement, breathing, being inclusive with one another, supporting each other, teaching them how to cheer them on. To see Bo talk to the kids and pick the ball up from what we've done and run with it, for us is we applaud him. We've also, through what we're doing and word of mouth, we've been invited to potentially run in the New York Marathon. And that's going to be actually in aid of a local charity in New York, which is wellness for kids targeting obesity.
Wow.
So to us, that's
a great charity.
Massive compliment. They've got a couple of schools. There's one in Harlem. So we're trying to work out a program. We go and spend a day with the kids over there. So, I guess the beautiful thing of what we're doing, this is going to take us around the world. We get to get some cool holidays. We get to run and do what we love, and we're spreading our 440 message.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's great.
That's incredible. So speaking of events, you mentioned the New York Marathon. That's a goal.
Yes.
Whole crew going over?
Yeah, there's a few of us.
Yeah.
So if you want to jump on board with that, they contact which one of you two?
Just come straight through the Instagram.
Yep.
Just go straight through the company page, and we'll be able to put them in the right direction. But that's a pretty cool initiative, as Noxie said. There's got to be some purpose behind it. We're not just going over just to run the marathon, but that's definitely one of those bucket list items to run in New York City. It's not every day that place gets shut down and you can run around and do 42 Ks in like a 5-6 degree climate, which is really exciting. We're doing that. We're partnering up with the guys at Men's Health as well. I thought I heard you're on the cards to lace up, mate, and get yourself over there.
I do have a mate. He's a doctor, Hal. He'll be coming with me because I think I'll need him. You might have to run back after you finish, Hal, and get me. But I'm pretty keen to do a marathon, and New York was the one that I'd flagged to do.
Yep.
Didn't put a year next to it just so we're all on the same page. But you've got some cool stuff coming. You're doing Brisbane Fitness Show soon.
Yep.
Why do you guys go to fitness show?
We got invited to go, so I guess through my sort of past dealings with the show from being at other companies, we got invited to go to the Sydney show, and we used that as a bit of a PR test space for ourselves.
You guys were mad too. You pretty much hammered the whole time you were at that, didn't you?
Pretty much. We said to ourselves, what do we want to get out of that, and what's the message we want to push? And the message is we're going to show up and do something and lead from the front in terms of running on a treadmill for the whole day. We did a 42K ski erg on the Sunday.
Nice.
But we also just wanted to talk to people about running, because at those shows, I think it's a little bit of a misconception that when you walk in, you're like, oh yeah, but there's just all a bit of more muscle and a bit more of something else.
Fitness industry is about chanting your brand name out. Everyone knows that.
Chanting your brand name out. We won't say who. But I think for us, it was really cool because we got to see the environment of where we could actually start to talk to those brands and start to talk to people.
And did people value what you were doing there?
Yeah, well,
because when I went over there, I saw Todd very quickly jumped off the machine, put you on, and he had a long chat with me. He said, "Let's go get a coffee and stuff." But that didn't quite happen.
I'd finished the 42 by then.
We went in underprepared. We got a late call up, which was nice, and we had an Instagram account and a box of t-shirts. So
I saw a lot of people talking with you guys over that weekend.
Yeah, we've decided that within reason, any opportunity we get to talk about what we're doing, we're going to take it, and hence why we're here. And our attendance at the Sydney show has now qualified us for Brisbane and Melbourne. So what we're doing with Brisbane, we've come up with an initiative where we want to. Part of this, the 440 supporting business.
Yep.
So health and fitness. We're non-threatening, so we can lend a hand to any swimming organisation, boxing organisation. So for Brisbane, we're actually going to try and attempt to cover the distance from Sydney to Brisbane, which is 929 kilometres, on a bunch of treadmills in 2 days. So we're going to be calling out to local business on the Gold Coast and Brisbane to come and run, and they can use that platform to promote their own business.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And we're going to be launching a 440 in Brisbane on that weekend.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And on, I think it's not confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure one of the 2 mornings we're doing a 440 around South Bank with a breakfast.
Yep.
Okay.
To follow. So
on top of running on the treadmill for 900
on top of running on, yeah. But that whole is just to showcase, okay, this is what we're about, and we invite everyone to come down to do that, because if I'm assuming it's going to be a very nice day up there, even if it's not, if it's
always
raining.
Beautiful in Queensland, mate.
Of course.
You know that.
Even if it's not, we'll still be out there doing it, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like moving around and doing all that and promoting that message. So,
so one treadmill team running, or several treadmills? What are you
Several,
doing?
4 to 6. I
4
think
to
we'll
6,
need. I'm not the mathematician in the group, but I think we'll need a few. And look, we've spoken to our guys at Miami from our Miami club, and they're talking about maybe bringing one of their footy teams up in a bus. And so, we come up with the ideas, we put it out there, and everyone's responding really well. So I think we'll hit the 920.
Yep.
Wow, what time's it open?
9 a.m. I think 10 till 4.
10 to 4.
Yeah,
we can
so
lock
it'd
you
be
in.
interesting.
Wow.
We'll get 10K out of you.
Yeah. But we invite some fast guys to come and run on that treadmill.
Let's get up to 15 Ks an hour.
100%.
Yeah.
We'll be at the back taking photos. No, I'm joking. We'll definitely be on there. But that's what it's all about. It's like a mix of everyone to get down there and be part of it. And
kids, local kids, if we can get some athletic clubs to come down.
Yeah, cool.
And, hopefully then align ourselves with a local charity too.
Yep.
It's a good platform to do it.
Nice. So anyone who's listening to this and wants to go to that, it'll be on the website, which is just on another piece of paper. Hold on. 440, the number, runclub.com.
Yep.
So there'll be something on the front page about that.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
So you've got Brisbane Fitness Show, City to Surf.
Yeah, so that's big for us this year because it's
And all your run clubs going to come together, bar overseas.
yeah. Well, if
invite out,
they want to come, but for us, that's pretty much our Christmas time. Like it's the chance that Sydney, and I guess one of the biggest run clubs in the country. So we run events in the country, come together, and where everyone can celebrate that running it, whether you want to get under a certain time frame or you just do it to walk with someone. Most times at the time in Sydney, that is when all the weather starts to kick off. It starts to get a bit better. So a lot of people train up for that, and then it kicks them off into spring.
I love watching the media around that event. It's just incredible, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're like Toddy said, this is a big year for us because we've sort of scratched the surface and we've got a massive following. Everyone's excited from our group. They love being part of it. But the other thing that's important for us is that, exercise and fitness is stressful.
Yes.
It's about appearance and people want to look the best, and then you've got social media. We're just trying to make it fun. Yeah. Like what people don't realise is the flagship 440, it's a hard session. You're running up a hill for 440 metres. It's not easy. Yeah. But we mask it with fun. We mask it with good people. So they're actually getting fitter than what they would running on the flat. So, we're getting all these people together, doing all this hard work. You've got to celebrate it. So it is a fun club.
Yeah, nice.
We're taking the stress out of exercise, and that's what's, I think, for us is helping us grow.
I love it. So Red Bull Defiance, what are you guys doing with Red Bull?
Well, we just got invited.
We just say yes to everything.
It's year of the yes. How good is that? It's on Mission Beach, so it's across August the 30th, 31st, and 1st of September. It's my birthday, by the way, the 1st. So if you guys want to send
When
me...
was that? For those people that missed it, when was that?
The 1st of September. So it's a race where you have to do a bunch of mountain biking, kayaking, swimming, running. And myself and Noxie are partnering up as a team, so... we're going and seeing what that's all about. It'll be a cool thing to train for, and it'll kick us off into training up for the marathon too. So that'll be part of our training. Yep. So we're just using that as another training weekend, and just also to show people that, hey, we haven't done that stuff before, but that's challenging for us.
Yep.
So if coming to the run is challenging for you, we're actually doing other stuff that challenges us as well.
I love it. No Gold Coast Marathon, I saw. What's going on?
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
Waiting for an invite.
Yeah. You want to invite us?
Might put a little team together with you.
Yeah. No, we'd be happy to come up and do that for sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Nice. Like Toddy said, one thing that we both agree on, and Toddy runs an industry day every week at his gym, and I'm known as a non-lifter. And every week I'm now jumping in. Now I'm out of my comfort zone. So we're trying to encourage non-runners to start running. Yep. And we're turning non-runners into runners. We're turning average runners into great runners. So for us to go and do Red Bull Defiance, we're just going to have a crack, have fun. There's no stress.
Like 24 hours or something, or 48 hours.
Probably.
It's a big one, isn't it?
It's a big one. Yeah. But I think to the first question you asked at the start of this is how he got me running. That's how he got me running, and that's how I've returned the favour in terms of, mate, we've got to get you like under a barbell and do a few things that I got taught when I came out of football that I never knew how to do, but now I can just pass that on to Noxie, and then through that we can start to share that through the guys we train. And so I've learned a lot of things from him in terms of breathing and running and understanding the body and all that sort of stuff, whereas he's learned a lot from me in terms of Olympic lifting or different programming elements and things like that. So I think that sort of answers the question from the start as how he got me running. That's how it happened. So
wow, I know you got me running too.
100%, mate.
So guys, look, thanks for coming on. I think you've got a great message. Anyone that gets people moving, I'm all for. So anything we can do as a brand ever in the future. Anyone that wants to jump on board with you guys, and it's from so small and local to somebody that wants to give you guys a private jet to fly around the world and start run clubs.
Yeah.
Who are they hitting up? That's now your account, Todd. Are you nodding like, oh, fuck the account, come straight to me direct?
Yeah, of course. No, they're going to you. You can manage that.
So, guys, if you want to catch them on Insta, and there's really inspirational, motivational pictures and stories up there. I love your Insta account, guys. It's become quite a little thing that people talk about, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that with
Might
that
get
as
somebody
well,
knows that they're doing in that soon. Like, seriously.
Well, mate, I don't know. With that, it's more about just being organic. Like where, what you see is what you get. There's, there might be a photo shoot here and there, but definitely it's not staged. It's definitely that's who we are.
Yeah, like Toddy said, we're not saying no. We're like within reason.
Yeah.
If we can help someone, we've got the ability to do it through the platform. We're getting offers and requests from all sorts of different organisations. We jump in and we just put it out to our community and let them decide.
Yeah, it's for the members. If it works for members, it works for you too.
Yeah,
correct.
I love it. So your Insta is at @the_440.
Correct.
Your website is 440number runclub.com.
Correct.
Correct. So, oh God, how many Instagram accounts have I said on this? I just want to thank you guys for coming on board. I love it. I've heard about it up here on the coast. Like I've obviously I'm a big fan of yours, Todd. I love what you do in the industry too. It's nice to see people doing something for people without an expectation of getting something back.
That's pretty rewarding.
It is. That's I can see it in your face. So guys, in finishing up, I'm thinking of having a run. I'm not sure. I'm probably a person who doesn't hit the gym yet because I'm a little bit worried about walking into your average gym. Tell me why. Give me the big one.
Well, look, there's no judgment at all. Yep. You can do 1 lap, you can do 10, you can sprint, you can walk. Be on time. Yep. Show respect for the other members. Be nice. Yep. Honestly, there are people that run around there and lose count. They're not sure how many they've done. And people pick up pretty quickly that they're not being watched, not being judged. It's a safe place for them to start. Good. We start in the dark, which has been, it's one of our slogans and we laugh about it, but it means a lot. Yeah. People can turn up, they can put their favourite playlist on, they can wander. No one runs over the top of each other. Like it is a safe place to start, and that's, I think, for us the big thing.
Actually, Saturday mornings, 5 o'clock, yeah?
Yep.
So there's no big nights on Friday nights anymore on your team either?
No, well, mate, it's changed. I think it's changed a lot of the social norms, especially in Sydney with a lot of what's happening with the restaurants and bars and things like that not being open as late. But a lot of people are going out for early dinners on a Friday.
Yep.
So those after-work drinks soon change into, hey, let's go and load up on carbs or whatever we need to load up for the run.
Yeah, nice.
But that's like it's a pizza, that sort of pizza vibe.
Yep.
Which is really cool to see, and people start to create cliques that they go, oh, I'm going to run in the morning, and then they sort of get out to the group, oh, you guys going here and here, and people start to create friendships over dinner. Yeah. Then they meet that next morning, and then that's their Saturday night essentially.
Yep.
Then they're going out for lunches, and then it's like nap club in the Arvo. You go,
mate, I'm 50, I'm all over nap club.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So our stories start on a Friday night. The phone starts going off on the account.
Yeah.
And all the prep, the alarms, the active wear, the snacks they're having that night, the bowl of pasta, the picture of the last drink. My phone starts lighting up from 4 a.m. So people driving. We put a little thing on a Friday, put your opening track on your 440 playlist, and people, it's very interactive.
Yep.
And then, from 4 a.m. the things, I can't touch the phone till 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wait for all the stories. Some Saturdays I'll upload. So I'm on admin. I'll upload 100 stories.
Wow.
Which is amazing. And I get to see, and that's the real exciting part for me. Yeah. Like it's gone from no stories to 100. And like our mates turn up, we haven't seen them because there's so many people there. And that's the rewarding part for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
440 Run Club, get on in. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Today's podcast was brought to you by our partners in Fit, Happy and Healthy, ASN, Nutrition Warehouse, DY Discount Vitamins, Fat Burners Only, Evelyn Faye, Mr. Supplement, or find a retailer online at bodyscience.com.au/retailers.